Yeah, guys. Good morning, all of you guys. Yeah, guys. Anybody has been joined for the today's class, guys? Anybody has been joined for the today's class? Anybody for the first class? Anybody has been joined for the first class today?
Hi, Subhan here.
Yeah,
It's my
Subhan.
first class here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, guys. I think remaining all guys has been joined. I think so.
Hi, this is Manoj here. Today
Okay.
also this is my first class.
Okay. Yeah, fine, guys. A couple of people has been joined. Today is the first class actually. So we have just started with some introduction classes, guys. I think some around 3 classes has been happened. So one class is basically just 1 or 2 classes is basically just an introduction to the machine learning. So what is machine learning actually? Because as part of our course curriculum, we are going to learn something about a data science, which contains machine learning, deep learning, AI, NLP. So all these are going to be something which makes all the complete full stack data science course actually, guys. Now, coming to this particular full stack data science course, so we are going to learn first, we are going to start with what is machine learning first of all. So only just an introduction part actually, guys. So we have not done actually the actual implementation, or we have not yet started with the introduction also. So why machines learns? So how the machines will learn? So if the machine learns, what are the things that is going to happen actually? So those are the things what we are going to be having it actually, guys. So just it is only introduction part only I have been got given. So I didn't started with anything. So just 1 or 2 classes. So I just one example, I just shown you just a small data set I have been got taken. And I just explained, so how that particular data sets, which if I give the data, how the machines are going to be learning, that is what we have been seeing that. And apart from that, just yesterday in the last class, I just started with some introductory part of the Python. So just about the Python history and what are the going to be the features of the Python. So some of the features actually, yes, like it is a general purpose language. It can be used almost all for any kind of applications, guys. Like it can be for web development, or it can be some kind of an gaming applications, or we can do some kind of an socket programming, networking, mathematicians, statisticians. So just an idea. So what exactly the Python provides you actually. So or some history about that also. So when it has been got started also, we have been got discussed about them. So when exactly it has been got started. So that is what we have been got discussed. So these are the things what we have been got discussed actually, guys. Okay. So I told you to install the Python actually. So I told you to install the Python yesterday. So which is going to be from the base system. So I have been shown how to install that particular Python also. So I just told you to install it, and anyhow I didn't started with any practical. So today we are going to just start with a basic practical about that particular core Python only, guys, because as part of our course curriculum, first initially we are going to start with the core Python. We are going to be discussing about that. So we are not going to discuss about the complete Python. We are not going to discuss about the complete Python actually. So because as a machine learning expert, you need not to be an Python expert actually. So only thing is just if you know how to use Python actually, that is going to be sufficient. So core Python only, guys, it is going to be around 12, 13 classes we'll discuss about them. So once again, guys, so we have been discussed about the yesterday's, what are the features of them, history, how that particular language has been started. So where it has been got started, that is the things we have been got discussed. And apart from that, it's an open source and object-oriented style of programming. So these are the things we have been got discussed actually, guys. That is what exactly we have been discussed about them. So yesterday I told you, you can download the Python software from the official website, which is going to be python.org. Just a minute, guys. So it is going to be some kind of a python.org. So which is going to be a python.org. So we have been got installed. I told you to install it from the official website, which is from the python.org. So that is what we have been got discussed about them. So once if you install the Python actually, guys, so there are multiple ways to work with the Python, because python.org, if you install the python.org, it is going to be only the base system only, guys. We are going to get only the base system only. We are going to get it. We don't get any, we are not going to get any other things. It is only just a base system is going to be gets coming actually, guys. So that is what we have been discussed. So lightweight, that means it won't take any that much memory. So just it is going to be around 27 MB of the space only it is going to comes actually, guys. So that is going to be what we are going to be doing. So python.org, if it just download the base system, which is going to be around 27 MB of the space will come actually, guys. But it does not works with all the features immediately, guys. So basically Python works, but it is going to comes only with the base system only it is going to comes. Apart from that, it is not going to contain any other things actually. So once if we install the Python actually, guys, there are multiple ways to work with the Python. The most easiest way actually, guys, is going to be nothing but we are going to be having a tool that is not a tool actually. Yesterday I started with that one, guys, which is going to be the IDE, what we are going to call it as the ideal is the tool, what we are going to be gets calling it as actually, guys. It is what we are going to call it as ideal. Okay. So it is going to be nothing but a very lightweight. It is going to be a lightweight working environment actually, guys. So which is going to be comes along with the Python actually, which is going to be nothing but I'm going to be gets working with the command prompt. It is going to be something like a command shell actually, guys. It is going to be just works like a command shell. That means it does not have any much option, but basically it is going to be works actually, guys. Basically it is going to be gets work actually. Okay. So I'm just opening this particular idle. So we can see where exactly that particular Python is there. So we can see that particular Python and we can see with this. So this from here I have been got installed. So here, guys, which is going to be nothing but the Python idle is going to be gets available here. So this is going to be the ideal actually, guys. So this is an ideal. Yesterday I have been just started. Just initially I have just started actually, guys. So whenever we want to print anything, just we have to write a print statement. Just we write a print statement actually. So initially we have to start with. So basic ideas actually, guys. The basic, very small basic ideas only. So as I told you, you can directly work with the command shell, just where the prompt will come, just we can work with that particular prompt actually. So as a first, we are going to start with a Python as going to be a simple calculator. So this is the idea actually, guys. This is your Python shell actually. So which is going to be a command shell. So Python shell actually, which we can work here now. Anything is the fine case. This one. Okay. So I think yesterday only just I have been shown you just for understanding, but I think not your class actually. Okay, let me open one more actually, guys. Let me open one more time. Fine, guys. So first, we are not going to write any lengthy programs actually, guys. We are not immediately going to write a lengthy programs. First, basically, we are going to write a very small commands only. We are going to write it actually, guys. So first, initially, we are going to start with something what we are going to call it as, which is going to be nothing but what we are going to say is, which is going to be Python. We are going to be using as a simple calculator actually, guys. It's a simple calculator. A Python as a simple calculator, we are going to start with them, guys. So that means that just a basic, just like how we use a simple calculator, we are going to use this actually. So whenever we want to use it as a simple calculator, like calculator means nothing but a mathematical operations. So where we are going to be using something what we are going to call it as the arithmetic operators. It is going to be nothing but the arithmetic operators actually, guys. Okay. So install the Python, guys, from python.org. If you want, I'll show you one more time. So this is going to be the official website actually, guys, which is going to be python.org. So this is going to be the official website from where we can just download. Hardly it is going to be around 27 MB actually, guys. You can just download them. Just download it. It supports all operating system, both Windows as well as Linux, as well as which is going to be Mac, and any kind of an operating system, because it is an open source. Directly they'll give you the source code. You can just get the source code, compile it into that particular the OS understandable format, and it is going to do that. System independent actually, guys, because they're given the source code for us. So download and install it automatically. That is going to be gets installed actually, guys. So arithmetic operators. So basically in every language, we are going to be having the arithmetic operators in every language. So compare with other programming language, Python also contains the same functionalities, guys. But in every concept we learn, some new topics will come. Some additional concepts actually will come, guys. So that is going to be what we are going to call it as arithmetic operators. Like basic arithmetic operators, we all of you know that, guys. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Normally we know these four operators. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Normally. So I think I need not to explain you how to work with them. So it is going to be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Everything you are going to be gets working with them. So apart from that, which is going to be normally, we know the percentile symbol actually, guys, modulus, which is going to return the remainder of the numbers. So normally in a programming language, whenever we want to write some program, even like a C, C++, Java, whatever it may be, if you want to write a very small program, even if you want to write just like I want to print hello world, you have to write a little bit lengthy program, something like void main, and something like we have to declare the variables, we have to assign the values, print them, compile them, execute them. There is a lot of things has to be done. But here we need not to do all this work actually, guys. Directly straightforward, what you want to do. Straightforward, what we want to do. Simply, I want to perform this operation. So directly we can do it, guys. No need to write any particular code. That means no need of writing any lengthy codes actually. Just we can write whatever the code you want to write it actually. Just I want to do 10 plus 20. Yes, directly we can do 10 plus 20. Do you want to write 10 minus 20? We can write it actually, guys. So the basic ideas. So have a look at this one, guys. Just simply, it is going to be. So I think I already explained you about the print statement actually, guys. It is going to be the print statement actually. So normally I'm going to use a print statement basically, guys. Print. First, I'll start with the print statement actually. I'll explain a little bit more about the print statement later actually, guys. It is nothing but print. And it is a case sensitive language. So it is going to be print print. Just you give the values. So there is some advantages are also there actually, guys. That means compare with the other programming language, like in your C language, if we compare them, we have to specify the type specifier, percentile D, percentile S, percentile F, something like that. Whereas here we need not to write it actually, guys. Here we need not to write it actually. We need not to write it actually. Simply it is going to be print, and which is going to be nothing but whatever the values. We need not to say about the data types. So because already I given some introduction about them, guys. In Python, we really don't require to declare or specify the data type. One of the major headache for most of the programmers. In most of the programming languages, without specifying the data type, we can't use it. For example, in C language or C++, Java, I integer. Simply I'll say I integer, I equals to some 100. So, or something like I equals to string, or I is a string, assign a string type of data type. In Python, it is not required. So there is no need to specify the type specifier. Directly, we can just specify the applications. So print, which is going to be nothing but directly the value or directly the variable, whatever you want, we can directly print it actually, guys. So really, you don't require to declare any type specifiers or no need to specify that directly. Just I want to print the word, the example actually, guys. I want to write a print hello world. So print, which is going to be hello world. Order. Okay, I'll use the double quotes for the timing. Later, I'll tell you guys, which is going to be print hello world. Just put an exclamatory mark, execute it. It is going to be executed, over. So which is going to be nothing but it is an hello world. That's it, over. So print, which is going to be hello world. You really don't require to write any main method, hash include, the stdio.h. No need to write all that particular code. It's an interactive way of execution. Directly, whatever the statement you require, we have to execute it. That is what we are going to be doing this actually. Okay. Now, the next thing is going to be nothing but directly, no need of writing any code actually, guys. Directly 10 plus 20, all of you know that. 10 minus 20, we know that. Okay, 10, which is going to be multiplied by 20, already have an idea. And what is going to be 10 divided by 20? As you know that 10 divided by 20, it is going to be a floating point division actually, guys. Floating point division means it will treat that 10 and 20 as a floating. That means as a decimal point. So if there is a decimal point, it will capture the decimal point also, guys. 10 divided by 20. Normally we know that 10 divided by 20 is 0.5 actually. It is 1 by 2, which is going to be 0.5. And whenever I say 10 divided by 3, which is going to be something like 3.3333335, something is an output, what we'll get it. And as usually, we are having the percentile symbol, 10 percentile 3, which is going to be nothing but we'll get it as a 1. It's a reminder actually, guys. What is going to be 10 divided by 3, which is going to be nothing but Yeah. Is guys, please anyone, please confirm is audible. Is my voice is clear, guys? Because there is a small disconnection has been taken place.
We can hear you.
Yeah, fine. Let's continue, guys.
Yeah.
So it is going to be 10 percentile 3, which is going to be nothing but the 10 divided by 3 and the remainder of 10 divided by 3. So it is going to be 1 actually. Normally, we all of you have an idea about them, guys. It's normally in any language. Python provides you a little bit more actually, guys. In every concept you learn, it is going to be little bit something. It is going to provide you some specialities actually, guys. The next one is normally, if you remembered in while you're working with the C language or something like that. So generally we'll divide that number. Let us say 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 10 actually, guys. So I want to capture this 1, 2, 3. That means when I divide it by 10, I want to capture only the integer part only. Then what generally we do is we'll assign it to a variable which is defined as an integer data type. N equals to, which is going to be 1234.10 divided by 10. It captures only 123 only. So for that, we have to declare a variable as an integer. If we declare it as a float, then it is going to capture that particular decimal point. But in Python, we don't have a declaration part. So how do you make the system? Do you want to capture the integer part or do you want to capture that particular decimal part? So for that only, we are going to be having another operator, which is going to be nothing but a double forward slash actually, guys. So there are multiple names are there. What is this double forward slash is? Single forward slash, that is a division, which is going to be nothing but treat the number as an, which is going to be as an, which is going to be floating point. That is generally floating point division actually, guys. But what is this double forward slash is? It is what we are going to call it as an integer division, we can call it as. Meaning that is, it is going to capture, it is going to returns only the integer part. There is another name is also there, guys. In mathematics, we have one small technique actually, guys. One is going to be floor and other one is going to be seal. This are mathematical functions actually, guys. Normally mathematically, we know square root, absolute, power, etc. Mathematically, we have another functionality called as, which is going to be floor and a seal actually, guys. Some people call it as a flooring, some people call it as a ceiling, floor or seal. It's a general concept what we are going to do it actually, guys. So what is this particular floor and what is this particular seal actually? Very simple actually, guys. You know what is a seal? It's nothing but in our room, what is going to be ceiling and what is going to be the flooring. So ceiling is going to be on the top, flooring is at the bottom actually, right? So it's very easy actually, guys. Whenever I try to, you know what is rounding off actually, guys. You know generally the rounding concept. Generally, it is similar to rounding only, guys. Generally rounding, we know that if it is, let us say 12.6, whenever it is going to be 12.6, we'll generally round it off to 13. And whenever it is going to be 12.1, then we are going to round it to 12. So it will checks out whether the 12.6 or 12.1, whether it is closer to 12 or whether to closer to 13. But ceiling is not like this, guys. Ceiling is going to be not like that. Ceiling and flooring does not check who is the nearest actually, guys. Ceiling always goes to the highest value, the top value actually, guys. Next value, that means ceiling. Roof, it is going to be ceiling at the top actually, guys. So whenever I seal 12.1, it will goes to 13. Hope you understand, guys. Even if it is 12.0000001, that goes to 13. If it is 12, then it goes to 12. Hope you understood this. This is what we are going to call it as an ceiling function actually. It's a mathematical function. It is not any new function, guys. It's a very old function, but some languages we don't use them. Some languages it was there, some languages it was not there. We don't use it. Same as it is floor actually, guys. Floor means always come to the bottom value. That means 12.9. The result is going to be 12. Simple to understand that it always comes to the capture the integer part. 12.0001. It is also going to be 12. If it is 12, then also it is going to be 12 actually. So flooring is going to come to the lowest value, and whereas the ceiling is going to the highest value actually, guys. The highest value, 13. Even if it is 12.001 also, it will go to that 12. So flooring is nothing but a technique where we are going to simple to say that it captures only the integer part only. So that's why this is also generally some people call it as the floor division, what we are going to call it as. That means it is going to find the division. So 10 divided by 3, 3.333, but capture only the integer part actually, guys. So simple to understand that to capture the integer part in the result of a division of a number with another number, it is going to be used as this double forward slash. And there is another one is there actually, guys. It is double star. Star, we know that it is nothing but product. Whereas double star is going to be nothing but the power actually, guys. It is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as a power. It is going to be what we are going to call it as an power. So which is going to be 2 to the power of 3 or 2 to the power of 4, something like that, what we are going to do it actually. That is going to be what we are going to call it as an power actually. Okay. So that is the basic ideas, guys. So very simple techniques only. Just you can play with them, guys. I need not to spend more time on this because it is only just the basic ideas about them. So what is going to be 10 divided by 3? This is the value, guys. 10 divided by 3. Can you see? It is just 3. And it is, don't think that it is rounding off actually, guys. It's not rounding off. For example, if I say 999, for example, let us say 99 divided by, or whatever it may be, some 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 numbers are there. Okay. Divided by, for example, 6 numbers, right? 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It is going to be this value actually, guys. 0.99999. This is going to be 0.99991. It is going to be almost all equivalent to 1. But if I do the same example, guys, by putting a double forward slash, it is going to capture only the integer part, which is going to be 0. But it's not going to be rounding it to 1 actually, guys. That is not getting rounding it to 1. It is only just taken the value as going to be something like n, which is going to be 0. So 0.999, it is going to take it actually, guys. That is a value what we are going to be doing this actually. Got it? So that is going to be what we are going to call it as floor division, what we can call it as. So what it will do, captures only the integer part actually, guys. Remaining, we know that 10 star 2, which is going to be 20. But 10 double star 2, it is going to be 10 square, which is going to be 100 actually, guys. So something, because whenever we want to do some mathematical calculations, guys, this plays a very important role. It plays in our, specifically in our machine learning actually, guys. It is going to play a very, very important role because some mathematical concepts actually, guys, like coming to the mathematical concepts, we are going to be using something like what we can say that, hope you have an idea, guys, how to calculate a distance. Anyhow, we'll discuss about that particular points later. I have 2 points are there, guys. Let us say that I have 2 points are there. So this is, let us say x, and this is going to be y. So x is in a coordinates of, which is going to be something like 3, 5. And y is going to be in the coordinates of, which is going to be something like, let us say that it is going to be something like a 4, 7 actually, guys, or 4, 9. It is going to be just an example, just for a small idea we have been written. So how do you calculate the distance between these 2 data points actually? How to find the distance between these 2 data points? So you know the calculation, guys. How do you calculate it? It is going to be 3 minus 4 square plus, which is going to be 5 minus, which is going to be 9 square. And for that, we have to apply the square root of that. So square root of 3 minus 1, which is 1. 3 minus 5, guys, actually. Sorry, we have taken 4 now. Okay. It is going to be 3 minus 4 because x1 minus x2 actually, guys. Isn't it? 3 and 4 are the x coordinates. 5 and 9 are going to be the y coordinates. Just an example. If I talk about a 2-dimensional, line is nothing but 2-dimensional, guys. Isn't it? If I draw a line, means it is a 2-dimensional, x and y it will contains. So which is going to be 3 minus 4, which is going to be 1 square, plus which is going to be 5 minus 1, which is going to be 4, which is going to be 5 minus 4, which is 4, which is going to be 16. So that is going to be nothing but indirectly it is square root of 17. We have to calculate it. So whenever we want to find out the square of that particular numbers actually, guys, normally in other languages we use some function like a power function we use as. Instead of that one, in Python, directly we are having this particular operator, what we are going to call it as a double star is what we are going to be having it actually, guys. It is going to be nothing but a double star, which is going to be nothing but a power. It is going to be nothing but the power what we are going to be doing this actually. Okay. So that's it. That is going to be how we are going to be working with that. So now whenever, see guys, whenever we have got it, now some of the points, some of the confusions or some of the whatever the issues we are having earlier, you can do it very, very easily actually, guys, because 2 to the power of 10, what is going to be 2 to the power of 10? We know that 1024, isn't it? So 2 to the power of 20, you really don't worry about that particular numbers actually, guys.
So 2 to the power of 20 is going to be this much. Sometimes we want to find out what is 2 to the power of 32. So 2 to the power of 32 over. In some languages, guys, whenever we try to use this kind of an operators, this kind of an operations, we are going to get some arithmetic overflows because they will be having some kind of a limitations will be there. Some limitations will be there. So arithmetic overflow. So this can accept only up to 32767 only. There is nothing but hope you all of you have an idea, guys. 2 to the power of 15. So we know that why it is going to be integer in integer. It is going to be 2 to the power of 16, guys. 2 to the power of 16 means it is going to be nothing but indirectly it is going to be a 2-bit storage. Sorry, 2-byte storage actually, guys. If I take any data type which is going to be taking a 2-byte storage, we'll take a range from -32768 to +32767. Because we know the idea behind them, how this calculation is done. So it is 2 to the power of 15 minus 1 actually, guys, which is going to be 32767 from -32768 to +32767. So some of the points will be clarified, guys. For example, if I'm using 64-bit, from where to where the 64-bit will store it actually, guys. 64 means 2 to the power of 63. This much number will be there actually, guys. From that, if you say -1, that is going to be the -1 it becomes. Got it? That many digits, that particular is 64-bit means nothing but 4-byte storage. 64 means 8-byte storage actually, guys. 8 into 8, which is going to be 64-byte storage. Like that. Sorry, 64-bit, which is going to be 8 bytes. So you can calculate all these things actually, guys. It's not a problem, guys. 2 to the power of you do 100 actually, guys. You will get a number. 2 to the power of 1000, you say this, guys. You try these numbers in other languages, guys. 100%, not up to here, guys. 2 to the power of 10, 2 to the power of 20 only will get an arithmetic overflows. See, I done 2 to the power of 1000. Within a fraction of second, we have got this much calculation actually, guys. See how many digits it contains, guys. How many digits it contains? It may contain some around 200 digits, 200 plus digits it contains actually. Almost all. More than that. So like that, we are going to working with this kind of an application actually, guys. Okay. So that is a basic idea about this particular powerfulness actually, guys. Python provides you a lot of powerful functionalities are going to be gets provided actually. This is a way how it is going to be gets working actually, right? So that is a basic concept about them, guys. So these are going to be what we can call it as an arithmetic operators. Next thing, guys. The second thing is going to be nothing but just it's a quickly, guys. It's a normal. We are not going much about that. All of you have the idea. Just it is going to be this one, guys. That is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as a relational operators. It is going to be what we are going to call it as a relational operators, what we are going to use it, guys. As you know, what is going to be relational operators? Relational operators are going to be nothing but just a comparison between two values. It can be two numbers, or it can be two strings, or it can be two bools, or it can be two float. Does not matter actually, guys. Relational operators. Normally, just like normal programming languages, guys. Normal programming languages. In other languages, how you have it, same as it is relational operators. It is going to be double equals to, less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, and it is not equals to. It is going to be double equals to, less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, and not equals to. So normally we know that it is going to returns, you know that it's going to returns a Boolean value, true or false. It is going to return something like a Boolean value, which is going to be true or false actually, guys. It is going to be true or false actually. Okay. Now, as I already told you guys, Python is going to be such type of a case sensitive language. So whenever we are writing the Boolean values true and false, you have to write like this actually, guys. It is going to be camel case, which is going to be nothing but T capital and F capital, remaining RUV in the lowercase, ALSE in the lowercase actually. So true and false. This is the way how it is going to be gets working actually. So these are what we are going to do. It returns actually, guys. And even when you're writing a Boolean value also, we should write like this only, camel case. So first character in capital case, remaining in the lowercase actually, guys. So really no need to write any programs directly. 10 equals to 20. We all of you know this, guys. 10 double equals to 20, which is going to be 10 less than 20. You can write it actually, guys. 10 greater than 20, it is going to be false. 10 less than or equals to, which is going to be 20, it is going to be false. See, guys. 10 which is going to be less than or equals to 10, which is going to be nothing but true. So like that, we can just go for the comparison of that particular. It's not only numbers. You can compare the strings also, but I have not yet discussed about the strings, how to represent the strings. That's why I'm not writing it. Remaining is as it is. 10 greater than 20, which is going to be false. 10 greater than or equals to 10, which is going to be true case actually. Like this, guys. 10 greater than 5, which is going to be true case. So like this, 10 is going to be not equivalent to 10. So 10 is not equivalent to 10, which is false. 10 is going to be not equivalent to 20. That is going to be true case. That's it, guys. Apart from that, nothing is going to be there. Straightforward. Just like normal. Even there is, basically, guys, we never seen that kind of a simple programming language. We never seen this kind of a simple programming language. Even if you want to write a print hello world, even if you write, when you learn the C language, to write the first program, even to write print hello world also, it will take some time for you. Because we cannot directly say printf printf hello world. We have to write a main method. We have to write a main method hash include, which is going to be something. And after that, we have to save the program. We have to compile the program, and then we have to execute the program. All this work is not there directly, whatever you want to do it. Okay. Next one, guys. So if you have any questions, guys, so please free to discuss. Okay. Don't hesitate in, guys. So please free to discuss with me actually. Next. It is going to be this data actually, guys. Next one, which is going to be nothing but what we are going to be doing here is 10 not equals to 20. Fine. So this is going to be what we are going to be calling with that. Next one is going to be nothing but we are going to be having a logical operators. We are going to be having the logical operators. These are going to be nothing but the logical operators. So all of you have an idea about what are logical operators, guys. Logical operators are nothing but whenever we want to combine multiple conditions, we are going to be using this actually, guys. Whenever we want to work with multiple conditions, we are going to be using this actually, guys. Okay. So that is what we are going to call it as a logical operators. So as I already told you, which is going to be AND AND, which is going to be OR, and it is going to be NOT not. It's a case sensitive language actually, guys. And OR and it is going to be not. And OR and it is going to be not. That is nothing but what we call it as a logical operators. So hope all of you have an idea. And stands for both the conditions must be satisfied. That means if both the conditions are true, then only the total condition becomes true. Coming to the OR operator, either of the condition must be true. Not operator, negation of the condition must be true. That is the way how it is going to be gets working. That is what we are going to call it as a logical operators, and, or, and not. So it's a case sensitive, guys. So you should be write and only in the capital case only. You cannot write whatever the case you want to write it actually. So we have an idea, guys. 10 is equals to 20, the 10. Let us say just an example, and which is going to be 20 is going to be less than 30 actually. So this is going to be two conditions. So first one is true, second one is false. Sorry, second one is also true. True and true is going to become true case actually. So compulsory we have to write only in the same case only, guys. And if you write it in capital case, so it is not going to work actually. If you write n in the capital case, we are going to get an error actually. Can you see? It is saying that it is going to be an invalid syntax actually. It is an invalid syntax. So like that, it is going to be gets working with them. That is the way how we are going to be working with this. So it is compulsory. It is an AND operator. If both conditions are true, then only the total condition is true actually. If one condition fails, you know what will happen actually, guys. For example, if I say 10 greater than 30, sorry, 20 greater than 30. So 10 equals to 10 condition is true. 20 greater than 30 is going to be condition is going to be false. But true and false is going to becomes nothing but a false case actually. So that is a basic idea like this, guys. Okay. So this is a way how we are going to be gets working with them. That is a basic concept about how we are going to be working with them, guys. But what about the OR operator says that actually, guys? OR operator says that if any one of the condition is true, that is sufficient. Either of the conditions, you know, basically in English, what we'll say that about the OR, either of the conditions must be true actually, guys. 10 equals to 10, which is going to be true. 20 greater than 30, which is going to be false. True or false, which is going to be nothing but it is a false case. Sorry, true or false, which is going to be nothing but true case. Because OR operator says that either of the condition, any of the condition can be true. It need not to be both the conditions. If both the conditions are false, then the total condition is false. In AND operator, even if one condition is false, total condition is false actually, guys. Like that, we can just work with an application. For example, 10 not equals to 10. Then the condition is equals to false. What is negation operator, guys? Negation is nothing but we know that it is going to be, I think so. Basically, guys, basically expecting that, as already I told you, expecting that who are learning Python, who are learning this data science course actually, guys, they are not like a beginners. That means beginners means I'm not saying that you are completely an experienced person. Beginners means at least some basic knowledge of some programming skills. Even if you do not have, that means some people who comes from mechanical background or who comes from the some chemical or something like that, they may not have it, but they are smart enough to make this particular concepts to be understandable, because it is simple mathematics. It is nothing related to Python actually. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's a flooring division, and it is going to be a power symbol. It's an exponential, and or not. It's a general ideas. It is nothing relevant to the only related to Python. In a general way, we talk about them. Only thing is in a normal. That means even when you started learning Python, C language also, initially we'll get confused with them. Normally in our real life, equals to means we'll write generally in our normal mathematics, we'll say, let us say x is equals to 5. So meaning that x is equals to 5 basically. In this case in mathematics, we have two options are there. Sometimes we are going to compare them. So we'll say LHS is equals to RHS. So whenever I said in mathematics, when you write LHS is equals to RHS, the context is nothing but, that's why we'll say that is LHS is equals to RHS, or hence proved. We'll write some context. So in mathematics, you'll write hence proved that LHS is equals to RHS. So in mathematics, equals to mean sometimes it is assignment operator. Sometimes it is going to be nothing but what we can say that comparison operator. Mathematics will work, but a computer cannot get a differentiate between them. That's why for assignment operator, we are going to use equals to, and basically for comparison operator, we are going to use a double equals to. Even we also got confused when you go to the C language, y equals to assignment, y double equals to comparison, because computers can't differentiate. Humans can differentiate them. So when I use the equals to operator, so what exactly it is going to be gets done. So that is the basic idea about how we are going to be gets working with them, right? So that is the basic idea about these guys. So this is going to be comparison operator where we have to use a double equals to operator. And third one is as usually guys, which is going to be nothing but we can go for the assignment operator. It is going to be some kind of an assignment operator, same like other languages. It is going to be nothing but the assignment operator is equals to nothing but it's a simple equals to operator. Simply it is going to be equals to operator, guys. So as all of you have an idea, this is an assignment operator, guys. When you are doing this assignment operator, so that means we are assigning some value to. We are assigning some value. In mathematics, you write it now. I said let x equals to 5. X is a variable. Same like that, in any programming language, we'll be having something called as a variables will be there, guys. So you are assigning the value. We never say 5 equals to x actually, guys. We never say 5 equals to x, isn't it? Because assignment will be always done from right hand side to left hand side actually, guys. X equals to 5. So here also, guys, on the left hand side, there must be some variable must be there. On the right hand side, either they can be a value or they can be another variable is there. I think all of you have an idea about this, guys. If you're already having some knowledge about programming languages, this is going to be the simplest option actually. Variable equals to either a value or it can be variable. So here one of the main advantage that one of the main feature the Python gives you actually, guys, that is declaration of a variable. It is going to be nothing but a declaration of a variable actually, guys. That means whenever we are using a variable, first of all, what we have to do is, guys, we have to declare a variable. In any programming language, whenever we want to use a value or whenever we want to use a variable, first of all, we have to declare the variable. What do you mean to say? Which is going to be, what is going to be this particular declaration actually, guys? Meaning that is, we are going to specify what kind of value we are planning to store. What value we are trying to store actually, guys. That is what we are trying to do that. So whenever before storing a value, you have to specify the system saying that I am going to store this kind of a value. I'm going to represent this kind of a value, whether it is an integer, whether it is a string, whether it is a date, we have to specify that. But coming to the Python actually, guys, as I told you, don't think that Python does not support data types, guys. Python supports data types. I'll tell you the data types. What is a Python is going to say is, you need not to specify what type of data type you want to store. You store a number, you store a string, you store a date, you store some other thing, does not matter. You need not to specify anything because I am going to choose the data type by myself. In other programming languages, you have to specify, the user has to specify, the programmer has to specify what kind of a value he is trying to store. But here it is not like this, guys. Store, you give the value. Data type is decided by the system actually, guys. Data type is going to be decided by the system. So this feature is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as. This feature is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as, guys. It is a dynamically typed language. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, it is going to be, this feature is going to be nothing but we are going to call it as a dynamically typed language actually, guys. And Python is going to be what we call it as a dynamically typed language. What is this dynamically typed language, guys? That means where we are going to do this. Where we are going to do this, that means whenever we want to store some data or whenever we want to store some data, you really don't require to declare a variables actually. Automatically the data type is going to be chosen. Automatically the data type is going to be chosen actually, guys. So that's why the feature of the particular Python, one of the feature actually, guys, it's a dynamically typed language. I'll tell you one by one feature actually, guys. A dynamically typed language. So no declaration of variable, guys. Directly I equals to 10. So that means that don't think that, sir, if you are saying that there is no declaration of variables, that means that Python does not support data type. No, Python supports the data types, guys. I'll tell you what are the data types, but you can give the value, whatever the value you can give. I equals to 10. So in this case, the I is going to be taken as an integer value actually, guys. I is going to be taken as an integer value. It does not mean that you have taken the I as an integer value. It does not mean that you should not assign some other data type. Immediately you can assign some string also immediately. Automatically the I changes to string automatically. Got my point, guys? So in other languages, for example, in other languages, if we declare I as an integer, throughout the program, I should be used as an integer only. But in Python, it is not like that. You use a variable, the same variable, use it in any kind of things. So you really don't worry about the declaration of variables, guys. However you take the value, it is going to work actually. I integer. No need to say that particular I integer. So this feature is nothing but, guys, it's a dynamically typed language. So a new term, if you are learning Python for the first time actually, guys, it's a dynamically typed language. What about the other languages, guys? They are not dynamic, they are static. They are going to be static actually, guys. Compulsory, we have to specify the data type. Throughout the program, that particular variable should work in the same way, as an integer only, or as a string only, or as a date only, or as some other thing. We cannot change it as you require. But here it is not like that. Directly variable equals to whatever the value or whatever the variable. Assignment is always taking place from right hand side to left hand side actually. Okay. Now, what kind of values we can give? Basically, we are going to use 4 types of values actually, guys. 4 types of values. One is what we are going to call it as an integers. We know what are integers actually, guys. The first one is what we are going to call it as integers. So you know what is it? What are going to be the integers, guys? Which can be nothing but any positive or any negative number, including the 0, without having any decimal fraction, without having any decimal point actually, fractional part. Integers, as you know that, which is going to be 10, 15, whatever the numbers actually, guys. Let us say 27, 82, something like this. Integers actually, guys. Float. So you know what is a float actually, guys, which is going to be having some kind of a decimal point precision, which is going to be something like n, which I can call it as some scale. So what we are going to call it as n scale. The decimal point is going to be there. 30 point, which is going to be 25, or something like a 56.87. Something like that, we can store the data actually, guys. Normally in other languages, how you have it, same as it is, we are also having it actually, guys. Integers, and we are going to be having the floats. What exactly we can see that. same as it is, which is going to be nothing but we are going to be having something called as a string. It is going to be nothing but we are going to be having a string. As you know this guys, there is something speciality will be there. Compare with other programming languages, there is something speciality will be there. So what is the speciality of this particular strings is guys? Normally in other languages, when you're working with the strings, so you know what is the string actually guys? A string is nothing but a collection of characters. It is going to be nothing but a collection of characters. Hope you remembered. That means hope you all of you have you have seen them. You have an idea. Generally, strings are enclosed with double quotes. Basically, in other programming languages, strings are enclosed within double quotes, and characters are going to be represented in single quotes. Actually, guys, we represent in a single quote. So that is basically which we generally use it in other programming languages. But in Python, we don't have this restriction, guys. We don't have this restriction. You use double quotes or whether you use single quote does not matter with that. It is going to be does not matter with that. So string is equals to nothing but we can say either hello like this we can say, or even double quotes you can say, or even we can use a single quotes also. Does not matter. Both are fine actually, guys. Both are valid. Why it is valid? That means, sir, why feature? Why that particular feature? What is an advantage? I'll tell you the application, guys. I'll tell you. We'll see them. Next one is going to be, as usually, we have a bool. We already have a bool, guys, which is going to be true or false, and we already know how to write it. So T capital, are you in the lowercase, F capital remaining in the lowercase. Actually, don't put any double quotes. If I put a double quotes, you know what is going to happen actually, guys. Instead of becoming a bool or a boolean, it is going to become something called as a string value. It is going to become actually. So these are the four basic data types. These are basically the four data types which we are going to use it in Python actually, guys. So you really require, that means you really don't require to define any data types. It automatically chooses the data types. Int stands for integer. Int basically stands for integer, and which is going to be nothing but float, which is going to be nothing but the float, whatever we have been seen, and which is going to be nothing but what we are going to be doing this actually, guys. Okay. So that is going to be what exactly we are going to be working with them, guys. That is what exactly we are going to be doing this actually. Okay. So it does not matter, guys. You can just work with any kind of a values. We can assign them and we can work with that particular applications. Okay. So that is an idea behind them. Execute it. This is going to be the valid state, what we are getting it actually. Now see how to assign the values actually, guys. Any variable, guys, any name. So there are some standards will be there actually, guys. That means the name, it should be starting only with an alphabet only, or some rules will be there actually, guys. So anyhow, I told we are not a programmers. Basically, we generally go for a standard notations, guys. We use some names as an alphabets only. It can be generally alphabets only. We are going to use it, guys. Sometimes we use some not only alphabets. We are going to use some words also. We are going to use, like I can say height equals to. Let us say this, guys. It is going to be height equals to, for example, 170, for example. So height is a variable actually, guys. What is going to be the weight equals to? You can use the words also. It does not matter with that, guys. What is going to be height and what is going to be weight? Let us say weight is equals to 56. Like this, guys. For example, what is the gender? Gender is equals to nothing but it is going to be nothing but it is going to be the male actually, guys. It's a string. I'm going to say that it is a male. String you can write in any case, either you write lowercase, capital case, it does not make any sense at all, guys. Male. And whether he was married or not. For example, married is equals to true. Something like this, guys. Just see all of them I have been. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. Weight is equals to, for example, is equals to 56 point something like 5. It's a floating point. So guys, just I've declared a variable height, weight, gender, married, but I didn't declared them actually, guys. That means I didn't specify what kind of value I'm going to be storing. I can say married equals to yes or no, true or false. Yes and no means it is going to be string value. It has to put it in single quotes or double quotes. And married is equals to true means true I don't require. True is going to be nothing but the predefined word, the predefined data type in Python actually, guys. You can print the values. All values you can print at a time. Otherwise, you can also print. No need to use print statement also, guys. What is going to be height? Put a comma. What is going to be weight? You can put a comma. You can put the gender. You can put the weight actually. Sorry, it is going to be married. All at a time, guys. it is going to be all at a time actually, guys. Okay. So what happened? It is height, weight, and okay, it's maybe spelling mistake actually, guys. Because it's a case sensitive, no, guys. It is going to be case sensitive actually, right? So it is going to be, I think so. It is M capital I have written actually, guys, right? So it is going to be nothing but that's why it is saying that M capital case actually, guys. So height is 170, weight is 56, gender is male, and married is true. Even if you want, you can write a print statement also, guys. Print height, print the weight, print the gender, and print the married. That's it. Over. It is going to be the way which we are going to be gets working. Again, same mistake I have done, guys. It is going to be. That's why you should be very careful while giving the whatever the case is. So print all at a time. No need to write it is a string, it is a date, or it is something like this. Directly printing at a time actually, guys. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you what are the data types actually, guys. What are the data types actually? So what type of data types there are? We have directly taken, but internally Python chooses the data types actually, guys. So there are so many specialities are there actually, guys. There are so many specialities are there. That is, to assign the 4 values, we have taken 4 steps here. Height in one step, weight in one step, gender in one step, and some other, the married in another step. Now you need not to write like this, guys. Directly we can write all at a time actually, guys. Let us say, for example, okay, I'll write the names, which is going to be height equals to height, comma, no need to write in multiple statements, guys. Weight, comma, gender, comma, which is going to be married. Like this, guys, equals to height. Let us say that it is 165. What is going to be weight? 72. What is going to be gender? Let us say that it is female. And what is going to be married? For example, it is false. Over. So if you can observe carefully, guys, all 4 values at a time into 4 variables. No need to write the 4 statements. But in other programming languages, guys, compulsory we have to use multiple statements. Compulsory, if you go to the Java or something like that, if I say A equals to 10, B equals to 10, it will give an error actually. If I say A comma B equals to 10 comma 20, it will give an error. But here it is not like that. All the 4 variables, all the 4 values at a time actually, guys. If you want, I can print each value at a time also, guys. This time, what is height? Earlier case, height is 170, but now height is going to be 165. Earlier case, weight is going to be something like 56. Now it is going to be 72. And whenever I said gender, in the earlier case, it is male. Now it is going to be female. Whenever I said married, this time I given the name as M lowercase only, guys. It is going to be false actually. Got it, guys? So like this, we can just do some additional part actually, guys. Some additional features will be there. Compare with the other programming languages, Python is also very similar, guys. But some additional features it is going to be gives you actually, guys. That is what exactly we are talking about this particular, the functionalities, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. That is going to be the basic things just we want to make you understand for today. So guys, already I told you, morning 7 a.m. the batch was already started actually, guys. They are also at the same level there also, guys. So it is just, that means they started just a 4 days before to you. Just I didn't discuss about much about that same point. So they are also at the same level on the same page. So from tomorrow onwards, guys, we are going to combine both the classes. So from tomorrow onwards, your class is at 7 a.m. actually, guys. And obviously you are going to get a new link actually, guys. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to get a new link. So please always verify. Please verify your mails. Check your mails actually, guys. The frequent updates will come till the Telegram group is created. Once the Telegram group is created, we will update everything in the group itself. It will take a couple of days because the batch is not yet confirmed completely. Confirmed means the batch was not completely. It has been, all registrations has been not done. So that's why we have not yet created the Telegram group. Within 1 or 2 days, maybe by Friday, Saturday, no, by Monday, it will create a new group will be created. A group will be created. And from then onwards, all updates are going to be from that particular group itself, guys. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, guys, you have to join at 7 a.m. and a new link will be sharing to your mail IDs actually, guys. So please check the mails. So the backend team will send you some updated mails actually, guys. Till that particular our Telegram group is created, you please follow the mails. Just please check your mails frequently. And once the group is created, every communication is done from the group itself. From the Telegram group only, we are going to do it actually, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's, guys. So from tomorrow onwards, so you have to join at 7 a.m. guys. 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. is going to be your batch timing. And from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start with some core Python concepts actually, guys. Maybe another 1 week we are going to work with them. And then we are going to start with some prerequisites of the machine learning, guys. Okay. So, and the people who has been joined for the today's class, guys, that means I think 1 or 2 people has been joined for the today's as a first class. So whatever the classes has been already completed, they will share you that particular, they are going to share you that particular, the links to that, the recorded sessions will be shared to you. You can just go through that. Nothing you have been lost actually, guys. Just yesterday I started with the Python introduction. Just the before 2 classes, just an introduction to machine learning have been started. Today only I have started with the basic practicals, guys. That too, it is Python courses actually. 15 days we work on them, and then our main machine learning topics will start actually, guys. Okay, fine, guys. So, I guess any questions? Any questions, guys, for today?
Vamshi,
Yes,
I
yes.
have a question. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Where do we need to, start that machine learning concepts? Do we have any softwares? Is it Python or?
It's a Python only. It's completely Python only. We have a different libraries will be there. We'll start. Mainly our machine learning starts with our NumPy module actually.
Okay.
These are prerequisites. Actual machine learning is done by scikit-learn, but these are the prerequisites like loading the data, cleansing the data, analytics, data visualization. First, we have to learn this. Then we'll start with the machine learning.
Yeah, I have one more question. I
Yes,
have
yes, sure.
around 5 years of experience in
Okay.
other domain,
Okay.
middleware domain.
Okay, okay.
Just I wanted to switch to machine learning. So
Yes.
would this classes would
Yes,
help?
yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it will help you.
Okay. So just
Okay.
I'm planning to go over around 3 years of experience in
Yeah.
machine learning.
Yes,
Would
yes.
it help?
It will help. 2.5 to 3 years. Because if you have any 8 or 10 years of experience, generally we'll put 3 to 4 years of experience. You are saying 5 years, no? 2 to 3 years is sufficient.
Yeah, just I'm expecting more practical sessions.
Yes,
so.
practical only. Everything is practical sessions only. So it is no like a videos or something like that. So live classes and everything we do it practically. It means still we're in the beginning classes, no? It does not looks like much complicated, but once NumPy starts, automatically we'll feel that particular differences between a normal programming language and learning the machine learning.
And NLP and everything would
Yes.
all
Yeah.
comes under
All comes under the data science course.
all comes under this Python software itself, or
No. Actually, see, Python we are using. So actually our main topic is learning some machine learning. Machine learning is not a part of Python actually.
okay.
Okay, the machine learning is a technique which we are going to be using to solve a real-time problems actually, a real-life problem. So to implement some machine learning applications, we are taking some help of a language that is Python.
Okay, so NLP is going to be come in different software. That's what.
No. For everything we are having Python libraries.
Okay. So
everything is done by everything is done. So complete. Why we prefer to use Python because is for machine learning we can use Python. For deep learning we can use Python. For NLP we can use Python. For AI you can use Python. You can also use the R language also. Basically, there is another competitor for Python is going to be R. Specifically for when you talk about data science projects. Okay, so coming to the R language mostly supports only up to machine learning level. Machine learning is fine as well as NLP is also fine, but deep learning does not have that much support for the R. That is the reason we are going to complete, because in our course we have a deep learning is there. So that's why we completely go for the Python, but we are going to be just discussing for 1 week. We are going to be learning the R language also for our understanding. And for our knowledge purpose, we are going to learn the language.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And
okay,
what about the project?
Yes, every example, that means every algorithm is going to be like a project only. And not only the algorithm wise, at the end of the classes, of end of the machine learnings also, we do a machine learning project. End of the deep learning, we do a deep learning projects. And at the end of the NLP, we do the NLP projects. So in part of our class also, we are going to be learning as a project oriented. It's not like writing a program. There will be some problem will be there. We have to solve the problem with the help of a data.
Okay, it's 4 months, right?
It's 4 months. 4.5 months it will take it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Fine.
Okay.
Hi, Vamshi. Subhan
Yes.
here.
Yes, Subhan.
So I am a BI developer focused on visualizations and Tableau.
Okay.
I was looking to transition into data engineering. and that
Data
is what.
engineering. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So will this course help me to do that? This is my first class, so I
Okay,
have that
okay.
question.
This is actually not a data engineer class. Actually, this is a data science class. Actually,
Hmm.
data engineers are slightly different from data engineers.
Okay.
Like even I think that means you, as part of my knowledge, as part of you are saying that you are working on Tableau basically.
Yes. Yes.
So in as you know that basically that means before you are bringing the data into the Tableau, somebody is preparing some data for you in the backend, right?
Exactly. Yes. Hello. Hello.
We lost him, I guess.
Yeah. He dropped off.
Yeah, sorry guys, there was a small disconnection. Yes,
No problem.
Shubhani, I think. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I got the answer to my question. Yeah. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
okay. As I'm talking about that, no. So data engineers are nothing but who is going to prepare all the pipelining for the data, whatever that is going to be required. So the data preparations in the
Yes.
backend and all these things that is done by the data engineer.
Yes.
And you know that nowadays data is coming in multiple formats actually. Earlier also we
Yes.
have it. Earlier case, the data used to be there in like a one database and some Excel sheets or CSV files. But now the
Yes.
data is not like that. So some data is coming from cloud, some data is coming from some big data system, some data is going to be coming from database systems. So if the data engineer is going to do all the pipelining of these particular data. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it is
And I was
only he
searching
was
for a similar
responsible.
course.
This course is a data science course actually. This is
I
related to
see.
data analytics.
I see. I see.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for
Okay,
that.
fine. Okay, then. Okay, guys. Just for today, I'll stop it here, and we'll continue in the tomorrow's class. And from tomorrow onwards, guys, your class will be at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. is your batch timing, guys. Okay. Thank you for today, guys, and we'll meet up in the tomorrow's class. Thank you all of you guys.
Much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.